Alright, I know some of you guys are going to be asking, so might as well do it. There you go. 19 pounds before trimming. Okay, what's up, guys? So, got the next day after building this cart and cooking a 19-pound brisket. That's 19 before trimming. Probably took about 5 pounds of fat and other tissue off. Did a little coarse pepper and garlic salt, basic rub down, and then we're using the maple bourbon pellets from Cuisinart. But we're not here to review that. We're here to follow up on this competition cart here I made yesterday. First impression is my yard's not level, so I've got to maybe make a designated area out here that's pretty level, maybe with some floating deck or something like that. But anyway, it rolled off pretty well. It's holding up really nicely. And one thing I'm going to check now is the heat. Alright, so I got my laser thermometer. I'm going to shoot the back of it, the base. Now the back is getting pretty hot. The back of this is about, wow, right over here at the end. 100 degrees, but it's varying. 150. Wow, almost 200 degrees at the top. The back of the cooker chamber is just about what the internal temperature is. It's like 250. And it drops off pretty quickly on this square base here. Down in the bottom, it's looking like about 110, just under 100, about 95 right at the bottom. Alright, I know some of you guys are going to be asking, so might as well do it. There you go. 19 pounds before trimming. Got a little pepper. Got a little bit of garlic salt. And right up under here, I put a chunk of wood. I think it's hickory, to kind of bow it up so you don't get this liquid pooling right there and washing off all your rub. So that's a nice little trick there. Put it back down. I'm doing fat side down if you care. And I'm set for 300. But you know, it's varying between 275 and 305. You know, these Traeger cycle. I'm gonna go ahead and do a temperature gun on the front of the base. Okay, down at the bottom, closest to the wood. In the shadow side, it's about 70 degrees. Again, I'm cooking at 300. Okay, the surface of the smoke chamber is just above 200 right there. And the middle of the base, right in the middle, is 135. Go down again near the wood, it's 75. So it's a lot different reading on this side than it is on the sunny side, because we're in the shade right here. So I'm really not sure, other than the sun. I couldn't imagine the sun is heating it up that extra 100 degrees. So I'm not sure why it does that. Without getting into the design of the Traeger, I don't think it shoots air directly on the back, but maybe I'm wrong. So comment down below in the description, tell me what you think. Alright, the business end of the cart, when I shoot the temperature here, it's about 135 down near that bracket, and it gets hotter. And then when I shoot the temperature right at that drain, it's 225. Digital readout's reading about 310 right now, so as you can see, it's doing a good job draining out right there. I got it kind of in an incline here, tilted to the right. Alright guys, we're not done yet here. As soon as that brisket is done, we're going to take it out, let it rest, and then show you guys the end result. I'm going to be wrapping it about 165 or so once it breaks that stall with pink butcher paper. Take it up to about 205 or until it jiggles, and then it'll be done. Alright guys, you guys are seeing this for the first time, just like me. Of course, it's been resting in the cooler for about an hour and a half. Pull this out. Still wrapped in pink butcher paper. Okay. So I put this on at 7 a.m. It started out as a 19-pound full pack of brisket. And I trimmed, it had a lot of fat. I trimmed probably 4 or 5 pounds of fat away on this. And as you can see here, that looks really nice. And got a little bit of a jiggle, not much. Kind of sticking to the paper a little bit. Not sure why. Unusual. I'm just going to pull it back. Wow, look at that. Not sure why it's sticking to the paper like that. You guys know why, hit me up in the description. That's kind of unusual. So, of course I did it fat cap down. That could be why. This is the fat cap side right here. Okay, first impressions. Okay, I used some coarse ground black pepper and some garlic salt, and I think the bark came out really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick this a little bit and show you. All right, not bad. Not bad at all for a Traeger. Okay, I scored it right here. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter to find where the grain is because the fat stuck to the brown or pink butcher paper, so not a big deal, I guess. Grab my knife here. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to flip this around. And right where that scoring is, I'm going to just start with this little piece on the end here. Just a look at that. Not bad on the bark. Now these aren't the burnt ends. These are the, I guess the flat ends. Some people like to eat these. A little dry, a little crunchy. Sausage Kitchen Queen is sneaking in here and getting a little bit. Alright, so I'm certainly no expert when it comes to cutting brisket, but the way I'm going to do it, against the grain, I'm going to go about halfway up, and then turn the point 90 degrees, and finish cutting. I'm going to start at one end, so that it's a little bit easier. And on the flat, I'm going to go about pencil thickness. And when I turn the point 90 degrees, I'm going to go about carpenter's pencil thickness, just a little bit thicker. Now here we go. I'm probably going a little bit thicker than pencil, so it's not real juicy. In fact, it's really crunchy. I'm going to cut off this end here. This end that's burnt up here, got a little bit of fat. It's not really good eating. I'm going to stop right here and show you this little bit of a smoke ring. I guess it's kind of, not sure if this is a valid test, the finger bend test, but it's got a little bit of a smoke ring there. Of course, I used the maple bourbon Cuisinart pellets. There you go.
juicy, babe.
So, I like this. I don't care what people say. I like the fat. Rub some of that fat on there. Oh yeah. Look at that. Fat is flavor. I don't care what other people say. You guys know it. Don't be shy. Alright, it should hang on its own weight. And it does. And you just give it a slight tug. Nice little pop. Okay, it's kind of firm. So I went hot and fast. I started 300 and wrapped in pink butcher paper about 6 hours later, once it broke the stall, and turned it up to about 350 for another couple hours. And then I took it off, put it in the cooler, and rested it for about an hour and a half. What do you think, babe?
Yeah, good.
Came out really good. Of course,
Juicy.
I didn't spritz it all. But when I wrapped it, I put a little bit of beef broth in there. Not the Campbell's beef broth that I normally use. Some other kind, but it wasn't as thick as Campbell's. Oh yeah, it's really nice. Okay. I might be able to get 1 or 2 more pieces out of it. Alright. Nice. Okay, put that over here. So that's probably about where I'm going to stop on the flat. Okay, so this little hard area right here, I don't like that. I'm just going to cut that away. Again, kind of burned up a little bit. Not bad. Okay, so I'm going to turn this 90 degrees. Okay, you see this little fat right in here? Okay, that's not really good eating. That's just some more of that fat there. And most people, including myself, we just cut that off. Now, if you're catering, you don't want to serve that. You don't want to give somebody that on their plate, but you know, if you're at home in a party, put that in the tray. Obviously, someone's gonna want it, like me. Oh yeah, that's flavor. Okay. So I'm gonna start. I think I'll start on that side. Turn around again. Start cutting. Oh, you have to start cutting through. A little wet, this is what you want. Then you want to apply a little bit of pressure to it. And it starts to fall apart like that. You go a little bit wider when you cut. You know what? I'm just going to take off that burnt end right there. Keep cutting. I'm going to start a little bit wider. There we go. That money shot. Alright, I think it rendered down pretty good. There's a nice little piece right here. I think everything rendered down really well. Alright. Again, I'm going to go a little bit wider because it's falling apart. Some people like the brisket kind of falls apart. That's not falling apart now. I'm looking for thinner. Here we go. Dogs are eating good tonight. So there's an anatomy of a brisket. For those of you that like the burnt ends, I'm not going to make any, but you know, you can cut these up into little cubes. You can sauce them, glaze them, put them back in a pan, let them set up a little bit more, or just eat it just the way it is. I think Sassy Kitchen Queen's got a plan. So we're just gonna preserve that chunk right there. I'm gonna show you another nice little piece. This is mainly about the Traeger barbecue cart that I built and testing it out. I was going for the longest cook I could possibly do, which is typically a brisket, and it worked out pretty good. Alright guys, well that was the first main voyage of the barbecue cart that I built for the Traeger yesterday. All in all, I think it worked out really well. It's a very sturdy cart, although the base, the skirt if you will, the sheet metal got pretty hot, especially on the back side. It really didn't translate into the wood very much, even when I cracked it up to about 350 or so. Underneath, you know, it was definitely warm, a little bit above 100, but again, didn't really get that hot. You know, I don't think you can cook anything under there, so I'm gonna give that a big pass. I think it's just fine. I think the next mod I'm gonna do is I'm going to basically frame in or put panels on the sides and on the back, and then I'm gonna frame up the front, put a little door in the front, and then maybe paint it black and give it a overall an actual kind of cart look, and then, you know, a door that I can put things down, like this little dog here, Sunshine. So anyway, thanks for watching.